Madam Toastmaster. Grab this. Yeah. Thank you. Remove this before we start. Alright. I have a confession. I did something so crazy. I did something so crazy that if you talked to me 2 years ago, I would tell you I'd rather die than do what I'm about to tell you. So what did I do? I decided that I was going to participate in a public event to give a story at the company called the Moth. Have you guys heard of the Moth before? A couple hands? Yeah, so basically they work through different venues in the city to have the community come together and tell a story. And so the theme for that night was called Bold. And you get to tell a story about yourself and how you relate to that and how you occupy boldness. And then you also have 5 minutes to tell the story. So this sounds crazy, right? Someone who never wants to speak in front of an audience, that would rather die, is going to go to a public speaking event. Yeah, a little crazy, right? But the thing is, I knew I had to try to go because, as I mentioned, the theme is bold. And if you guys were at my icebreaker speech a couple of months back, I talked about how I went through some of my biggest hardships in life. And they were hard and they sucked. Nobody wants to go through them, right? But it was the biggest blessing because it helped me realize who I was created to be. It helped me realize things that were within me that I never knew were there, which is being bold and brave. And my biggest passion is encouraging other people as well. So here's the other thing. I knew I had to go to this event. I just knew it. Have you guys ever experienced going to something or saying something, you just knew you had to do it, or you knew you had to say it? It's because you have like utter peace about it, you have utter confidence, and it's like it wasn't even a question. You just knew you had to do it or say it. And same was for me going to this story event. I knew I had to go because the theme was bold, and that's who I am. I had to do it. But the other thing that's crazy about it is I also knew I had to go alone. What? Okay, a person who hates talking in public has to go alone. Why am I doing this? And that was the one thing I thought, okay, nope, I'm not going alone. I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to ask as many people as I can that can go with me. Well, that didn't work out. Nobody could go. So I kind of had to accept it. I'm going alone. And that was okay. So I get to the venue, and to be honest, I had this idea of that it's going to be maybe 60 people in a cramped little bar. I kind of failed to realize the venue name was Amsterdam Hall. Kind of should have saw that in hindsight. And as I got in line, there was about like 60 people in line. I thought, oh yeah, that's about everyone. I got this. And then the line got longer, and there was about 100 people. And I thought, well, I don't know. I kind of think I was lying to myself, to be honest, to make myself feel better that it's not that many people. And I finally got inside, and I saw the venue, and I saw over 200 chairs. And honestly, I thought, holy shit, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. But then I had this inner voice inside me that just told me, like, Kate, like, you are right where you need to be, and I'm here with you. So I kept going with that voice. And I went up to the front of the stage where I saw a big stage with a microphone and bright lights. Before the event had started, I put my name in that bag, hoping, knowing I would get picked. So the event started. Fast forward. I'm at the second row, and here's the other thing, right? I knew I had to try to go to this event, and I knew I had to go to the event. But the other thing is, I knew I was going to be called to speak. I knew it. First speaker goes, it was amazing. Second speaker goes, heart-wrenching. Third speaker goes, so theatrical. I'm like, these people are impressive. And to be honest, I knew I was going to use my icebreaker speech, but I only had like 2 hours that day to, you know, I'm a talker, to try to fine-tune it to be 5 minutes. But I knew I was going to be called. Third, fourth, fifth speaker go, I'm like, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Sixth, seventh speaker. And then all of a sudden, it was like this voice inside of me that I just heard. You're going to go last. It's okay. You're going to go last. I'm like, that's not settling at all, right? And then when I had this utter peace inside myself, the designated ninth speaker is Kate Keoghan. Literally I feel. On a scale of joy, 1 to 100, I'm at 1,000 right now. And at some point, I started like fist pumping on my way to the stage, right? Because I need to get myself excited about it. And then, like, as I'm getting to the stage, I'm thinking, holy shit, I don't want to faint. I don't want to pass out. Like, I don't want to miss anything. Like, God, you gotta help me do this because I can't do this on my own strength. And so I go on the stage, grab the microphone, and there's somebody recording me, which I did not know was gonna happen. And I see only the first row of faces, and then just like this, you can just feel the body of over 200 plus souls. And I grab the mic and I say, here I go. And then I did my thing. I did my passion. I encouraged people by sharing my story. And it was honestly the best thing I've ever done. And it's like insane to think about it, because if you would have seen me 2 years ago, I would say, I'd rather die. And the thing about having an audience that big is when you're telling something really vulnerable, intense, it's like you can just feel the audience. And I was trying to look for opportunities to make people laugh or smile, because nobody wants to hear about hardships in life. It's hard, right? But like, how do you add humor to it and make people laugh? So at one point, I had brought up when I went to therapy to start working through some things in my life. And I just started saying like, whoa, go to therapy. And it was hilarious because then you just like see how the audience kind of responds, and they lean in and they're like, okay, I'm safe. And I'm like, I get it, I'm safe too, we got this. And here's the thing, like just looking back at it, I am so unbelievably proud of myself because I did it. I didn't die, I didn't faint, I wasn't rejected, I wasn't perfect, aka recovering perfectionist. And I'm not a professional yet. And I'm so proud of myself, and I did it. And this is the thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys all just to think about, is why did I share my story? Why would I share my story if this was my biggest fear in life, that I would rather honestly die? And I'll tell you why. Because I'm here for the people who feel misunderstood. I'm here for the people that feel like they can't be loved or they have to be somebody else instead. I'm here for them to know that they are accepted for who they are. And I'm here to encourage people to think about, if I can do it, I'm literally living proof that you can do it too. And to have some proof, I wanted to show you guys proof that I'm doing this. And you gotta smile, because otherwise the audience might not like you. And the last photo is me waving my hands, because that's always what I do. So that is all. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.